So sad.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight it's Charlotte, as they'll be playing.
All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Taking a look at Charlotte, there's no question this game will put them to the test. Facing off against a team that has every expectation of beating them, they'll need to play a complete game to snare a win.
And checking out Charlotte, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Well, it's clear they didn't do enough in the offseason to make any kind of major improvement. They're in for a long year.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Charlotte, Bogdanovich out there with Mirotic. Then there's Devin Booker, and there's Kemba Walker, and it's Richardson in at the 3 slot. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
5 on the clock. Richardson for 3. Here's Bogdanovich, and he banks in the layup.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 13-point game against Miami. Walker's shot is off.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's Bledsoe. Here's Robinson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Robinson's got his first bucket of the night.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Bledsoe against Walker. Outside Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Takes the 3. Walker's shot is off. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Out left to the wing. The 3, Bledsoe. It's rebounded by Charlotte. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Booker the pass to Bogdanovich. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. We talk about players working hard, but also being smart. I'm sure there are some training methods, C-Web, that you think translate well to success on the court.
Good nutrition has become more and more popular. That, along with rest and then cardio, you must be in shape because the game and the pace of the game is so much faster. So, yes, you have to be smart in your training message, especially for your recuperation, especially for your rehabilitation if there's any injuries. You want to try to stay fresh while you're giving your all. And that's tough, especially back-to-back in an 82-game season. That can be tough, but it's something that you must focus on, and that's your health.
I can only imagine. Leonard with the bucket.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Now here's Walker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Mirotic. No good. That would have tied it.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw good from Leonard.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example. probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Booker against Redick, and Booker kicks to Walker. Good, and a nice assist from Booker. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And still a close game as the first quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Well, obviously that was the game plan coming in. Be physical right off the rip.
Sabonis is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Robinson. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot. There the group. New York will start the second one. Sabonis with the bucket.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Stolen by Robinson. Bledsoe looking around. Passes to Leonard. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low. And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends. A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Back to Bledsoe. Outside Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Mirotic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Greg with Kawhi started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to Miami. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
Now we'll check across the NBA the best shooters from the stripe. Devin Booker is second.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Walker against Bledsoe. Outside, Walker. Pass to Bogdanovich. Kicks it out to Richardson. Clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Mirotic has a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Mirotic has got himself on the board with 3 there. Pass to Sabonis, the 10-footer, and he makes that one.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
And so Booker will bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 7. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Or selfishness. I mean, this is what happens when you don't make the extra pass. Your field goal percentage can go south.
Here's Bledsoe. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Shoots over Mirotic. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And finished off by Mirotic.
Efficiency. I mean, that's an area where Walker has improved. No need to force it. Keep your eyes up. Make the right basketball play.
Bledsoe dishes to Redick. The pass to Sabonis. Kicks to Bledsoe. Redick for 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Booker outside. No good. That would have tied it. New York leading by 3. Passes to Bledsoe. Leonard with the ball. Guarded by Walker. Redick against Booker. Redick up top. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Back to Booker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 1-point New York lead.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. We've got Nikola Mirotic. Kemba Walker is out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Richardson in at the small forward.
And you talk about making the engine run. Kemba Walker, he's the man. Lightning quick, stronger than he looks. I mean, this man is a competitor.
Right side, Bogdanovich. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Booker against Redick. Nobody near Leonard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Leonard's got 13 points.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Redick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Wasted no time on that one.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, when you're at a size disadvantage, sometimes the mid-range is better than inside. You get a little more space. You don't allow the shot blocker to get up on you, and also you can use your handles and your quickness.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, I know he's not the #1 priority for the defense, but they still got to give him some attention, guys.
When it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But there's some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing.
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game, let's just round it up to 2 threes a game. Well, now what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' games. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player, and being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki being a basketball player that he is means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
Mirotic finds Booker. They get the rebound. Walker off target at the rim. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the New York Knicks. They lead by 1. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him. Here's Booker. Robinson with the block. And he's able to get it back. A nice shot by Booker. New York's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Bledsoe outside. Redick is in the corner. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Booker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Booker. For New York, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Bledsoe kicks to Robinson. Pass to Leonard. 24 seconds left to play in the third.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Knicks have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. Bledsoe hits them both. For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Booker looking around. Lays it up and banks it in. Booker's got the game tied up here for Charlotte.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
It's a tie game in New York. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got J.J. Redick. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bledsoe in at point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Leonard on the wing. It's Robinson high post. There's Sabonis, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Sabonis has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for New York. Walker the pass to Mirotic. A 3-ball. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Knocked away. Bledsoe outside. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. Booker's got 4 rebounds in this game. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Five on the clock. Fires the 3. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Makes it off the glass.
And so far, this has got that feel of a game that could be back and forth all the way.
Yeah, at some point, though, you might expect one team to go on a run, but this could come down to the wire.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
Leonard against Richardson. And it's Leonard missing.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. And now a 4-point Charlotte lead.
Mirotic is an exceptional player. I mean, he's someone that welcomes taking and making these big-time shots.
And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Bledsoe. And that's 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
And Walker kicks to Mirotic. Booker dishes to Walker. Beyond the arc. And another three for Charlotte.
And that's what you got to love about Walker's fearlessness. He wants the ball in those big moments.
Knicks trail by 5. 1:16 left to play in the final quarter. Bledsoe against Walker. Back to Leonard. The shot. And right on target. Good.
And if you came to see offense, folks, then you are getting your money's worth.
Yeah, and if you came to see defense, folks, you're getting robbed. Both teams sloppy on that end of the floor.
Mirotic inside. Guarded by Robinson.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Walker. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And whenever the game is on the line, Walker is a great option to go to. He just has a knack for burying big shots.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's a lot to talk about in this huddle. They'll also have to decide who they'll want to foul.
There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Sorry.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
They're jumping on the chance to up their lead at the line.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Leonard. Over Richardson. And that one goes long. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
An electrifying score. Walker, he'll burn you in so many ways.
Caldwell Pope outside. No good on the 3. And so it's Charlotte with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile.
Gee, I feel so lucky now.